Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Memory Hunt, the czar of the playbook. Bring you our NFL Week 7 preview between the Seattle Seahawks and the Arizona Cardinals. Now let's take a look at some keys to victory for both teams, starting with the Seahawks.
For the Seahawks this week, it's important that they stay ahead of the chains on offense. The Cardinals do a great job of reestablishing the line of scrimmage up front, and it's imperative that that offensive line blow these guys off the ball. And in the running game, I'd stay in spread sets with that tight end off the line of scrimmage. It gives you better blocking angles in the running game. And also in the passing game, you can check the help protection as well with him off the line. It spreads the defense out and also allows you to get creative with how you align Russell Wilson. He can be in the gun, the pistol, he can be underneath the center. That right there gives you a lot of flexibility on your offense. Defensively for the Seahawks, they have to beat the guards to the spot. The Cardinals love to put their guards on the move in the running game, so you have to make sure you beat them to the spot and bottle up that running game at or behind the line of scrimmage. And you want to protect inside out in the passing game. Force Carson Palmer to be accurate down the sidelines, and that plays into your advantage because you do have the cornerbacks to wall off wide receivers, so you want to protect inside out versus the pass. Now for the Cardinals in this ballgame, offensively, I would stay multiple with the formations, your personnel groupings. Try to get your tight ends on their safeties. I think that's where they have the advantage offensively. Their tight ends are supremely athletic, and I think they have some favorable matchups versus the Seahawks safeties. And right now, Andre Ellington gives you more on offense. He's a threat on both ends of offense in the running game, as well as the receiver out of the backfield. But Carson Palmer has to be careful over the middle of the field. The Hawks do a great job of playing robber. You have to be careful. Otherwise, you can make some bad plays that could, one, back up your offense or turn the ball over. And on the defensive side of the football, you must play with discipline along that defensive line. You can't allow yourself to get washed inside. You can't lose contain versus Russell Wilson in that ground game. Otherwise, you'll get gashed for big gains on the ground. And you have to win versus the center. That's Dan Williams, Alameda Tiamahu. Those guys have to win over the center. If you can dominate the center versus the Seahawks offensive attack, you can ultimately win this ball game. And I would take chances in the secondary. The Cardinals do have the outstanding cornerbacks that can match up one-on-one with these Seahawks wide receivers, and that's the advantage they have in the secondary over the passing game of Seattle.
One play the Seattle Seahawks love to run is the quick bubble screen to Golden Tate. Now in the red zone versus the Arizona Cardinals, I think they could utilize a fake bubble screen and try to get a big play deep down the field or a big play that could result in a touchdown. Show you how we're going to have it drawn up. What they like to do out of empty, they love to send Golden Tate here on the bubble screen. Russell Wilson takes a snap, gets the football out quick. Guys block one-on-one and hopefully take and make one miss. Now in the red zone, or at least in the 30-yard, from the 30-yard going in, I think they can have some success. Sending this guy, boom, in the middle of the field, send this receiver up. One, you're getting a 2-on-1 situation right here. On the backside, you have your smash concept. Guys run a smash to try to pull this free safety here. But you see where the fake bubble screen could get this guy free and force this free safety to make a decision, and that would also leave you one-on-one out there on the corner. So I think utilizing this play from the 30-yard line going in could result into a big play or a touchdown this week for the Seattle Seahawks. In order for the Arizona Cardinals to have success this week versus the Seattle Seahawks, they're going to have to win on third and medium. And I think one way they can get it done is by feeding the Seahawks a little bit of honey. By getting Tyrann Mathieu on a free safety blitz down that B gap, I think they can get a big play or even perhaps a turnover. And I'm going to show you how they can accomplish this. Basic 3-4 set. I'm going to show you a way they can blitz and also be protected on the back end. The good thing about the Cardinals, they trust their cornerbacks to be lined up on the inside to force these guys to go outside. They trust their corners to man up one-on-one. So this is cover zero, but it gives the illusion of cover one, because pre-snap, Russell Wilson is going to see free safety Tyrann Mathieu back there deep. He thinks it's cover one, but we're sending him on a blitz, and we're going to send 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 guys, and we're going to have the strong safety covering man-to-man with the tight end. So this is how we're going to send this blitz. We're going to bring the outside backer that's lined up in an 8 technique off to the outside. We're sending the outside backer off on the outside. Now we have the 5 technique slamming hard in the B gap here. His job is to get that push, and we have contain coming with the loop around by the nose tackle. He's containing the back that's going to be going this way. If the back doesn't go this way, he has outside contain versus the quarterback if Russell Wilson wants to escape this way. Now on the front side, what we're going to have defensive end push up this way. He also is spying the near back, or if Russell Wilson wants to try to get outside of the pocket. And what we're doing, we're going to crisscross the linebackers. We're sending inside linebacker to the weak side through the A-gap, inside linebacker to the strong side through the A-gap. And what we're doing, as the cadence starts to wind down, you're going to see the Honey Badger creep up, and boom, he's attacking the A-gap. Cover one, everyone's manned up, nobody's back deep. Cover zero, I'm sorry, nobody's back deep. You have man on the corners, man with the tight end and the strong safety, and you're also playing contain versus the backs with the defensive end and the nose tackle. And if those backs stay in, they also have free reign to get to the quarterback. So this is one way they can be effective on third and medium to get the Seahawks off the field to try to win on third down and hopefully, ultimately, win the game.
The X factor in this game for Seattle will be the slot corners. They're going to have to make plays. The Cardinals do a great job of spreading out a defense. They're going to attack the middle of the field, so those corners like Walter Thurman and company are going to have to step up and make big plays in the passing game. The X factor in this game for Arizona will be Carson Palmer. He has to protect the football. This is a football team that's sitting at 3-3 right now, but they could be 6-0. They have that much talent on offense. If they can protect the football, they can win this game. Now here are some coaching points for both teams in this ball game. For Seattle, the wide receivers must be able to beat bump press. If they can't get off the line of scrimmage or they're slow to get off the line of scrimmage, it bottles up that passing game, and the Cardinals pass rush will be able to get to Russell Wilson. And Richard Sherman has to get physical with Larry Fitzgerald. Here's a guy that does a great job in beating bump press. And if Sherman can get his hands on him every play, it slows down what the Cardinals want to do offensively throwing the football. And you can't get reached in the running game. We talked about that before. They have to be able to set the edge and bottle that running game up, tackle to tackle. And for the Cardinals in this game, you want to go with your speed on the outside and your size on the inside in the passing game this week versus Seattle. That's putting guys like Larry Fitzgerald, Michael Floyd on the inside and taking Jerron Brown and Andre Roberts and putting those guys on the outside. That way you allow your big body receivers to work those option routes versus the interior defense of the Seattle Seahawks. You want to get creative with Tyrann Mathieu. We talked about that before inside the lab. Find ways to put him, whether it be on a free safety blitz or even in certain situations, spying Russell Wilson. And I would run that power running game out of the shotgun. We know the Cardinals love to run the power play where they put those guards on the move, almost running that strong side counter. I would run that out of the gun, giving Andre Ellington better angles to find the cutback lane and take it to the house. I like Seattle in this ball game. I can trust Russell Wilson more so than I can trust Carson Palmer to protect the football. When we look at this game, it will be a defensive struggle. Both defenses, in my opinion, are top-notch, but I think it's going to come down to which quarterback will not make the bonehead play to cost their team the football game. And right now, you have to take the young quarterback in Wilson over the vet in Palmer. And I also want to give a huge shout-out to Seahawks fan forums and Cardinal fan forums for always showing football game plan support.